In this video, we will compare the meaning and use of the present progressive verb tense and the simple present tense. We shop every Monday. We are shopping right now. By now you know that the simple present tense is used for habits and facts, and that we often see it used with frequency adverbs, expressions like on Tuesday, on Thursday, words like every week, every month, every year, and words like once a year, twice a week, 3 times a week. Jill eats pizza once a month. I usually study on Wednesdays. When you make the simple present tense negative, you have 2 choices. For almost all of the verbs, you will add do not or does not, or the contraction don't or doesn't. He doesn't watch TV on weekends. My dogs don't bark. So these examples are using the word watch and bark. However, for be verbs, we have a different rule. Be verbs never use do or does. We'll say he isn't a teacher. We have is and we add not. My dogs aren't big. We have the be verb are and we add not, the contraction aren't. Let's compare with the present progressive. So you know that the present progressive is used for actions happening at the moment of speaking, right now, or for actions in progress now in your life during this time period. So Magda is eating right now. I am playing the guitar now. They are doing homework. All of these things are happening now at the moment of speaking. I might say right now, or I might not. But if you see the present progressive, you know it's happening now. For actions in progress now in your life, we have examples like Min is taking math class this semester, and I am staying in Berkeley this month. Now maybe I am not in math class right now, or Min, I should say, but over this semester, this is an action in progress. Maybe I am not in Berkeley right now, but this month, that is where I am staying. So these are actions in progress now in my life. The negative for the present progressive is quite simple. We never use do or does. We just add not. So he is going, he is not going, or isn't going. We are not using or aren't using a dictionary. Let's compare the meaning here. On the left, we have a simple statement of fact. Turtles swim, that's what they do. So I use the simple present tense. On the right, it is swimming. Now I'm talking about a specific turtle, and it is swimming right now. These ladies run. That's a fact. That's what they do. That's their habit. On the right, these people are running. They're running right now. So I choose the present progressive tense. Now I would like to talk about 2 types of verbs. It's important to distinguish between these 2 types of verbs so that you can correctly choose between the simple present and the present progressive tenses. The first type of verb is called an action verb. For example, run, talk, type, sing, go. With an action verb, the subject of the sentence is doing something. These verbs show action or movement, some sort of doing. On the other hand, non-action verbs are verbs like know, want, believe, be. You can see that these verbs are not really actions. When you know or you want or you believe something, you're not really doing anything. So we call them non-action verbs. With non-action verbs, we never use the present progressive tense. This is important, so I'm going to say it again. With non-action verbs, we never use the present progressive tense. Never. So let's take the case of the non-action verb know. When you know someone, you're not really doing anything. It's not an action. So will you say, I know your sister, or I am knowing your sister? The first one, right? Since it's a non-action verb, I will use the simple present. I can never use present progressive. How about the non-action verb want? When you want something, it's a feeling inside, but you're not really doing anything. So will you say, he is wanting some water, or he wants some water? The second one, right? This is a non-action verb, so we will never use the present progressive verb tense. Instead, we'll choose the simple present. The third example, believe. When you believe something, again, you're not really doing anything. It's a non-action verb. So we believe you, or we are believing you? The first one. With a non-action verb, we must choose the simple present tense. Some verbs are more tricky. Think is an example. Think has different meanings. One meaning is an action meaning, and one is a non-action meaning. I think English is important. The meaning here is like an opinion, like I believe, right? This is not an action. So, with this meaning of think, we'll choose the simple present. I am thinking about the answer. In this example, the meaning of think is different. It's more like using your brain. That is an action, so I can use the present progressive. Can I say I am thinking English is important? No. This is the non-action meaning of think, like believe. I will not use the present progressive tense. Have is also an example of a verb that has an action and a non-action meaning. I have 3 turtles. The meaning is like to own something or to possess it. I just have them. I'm not doing anything. This is non-action. I am having a good day. The meaning here is to experience something. Experiencing something is doing something. This is an action. So you say, I am having a good day, or I am having a bad day. What about Tom is having 2 kids? Can we say that? If our meaning is that Tom has 2 kids, he owns them, he possesses them, then no. We cannot use is having. We'll use the simple present tense. Tom has 2 kids. So let's go through the thought process that should go in your head when you are trying to decide between the simple present or the present progressive tense. The first question to ask yourself, is this action happening now, or is it a fact or habit? If it's a fact or habit, you will use the simple present tense. If the action is happening right now, you have to ask a second question. Is the verb an action verb or a non-action verb? If it's a non-action verb, again, you will use the simple present tense. If it's an action verb, this is the situation where you will use the present progressive tense. It's happening now, and it's an action verb. You need both. So let's practice with a tricky one, the verb have. I already talked about how it has 2 different meanings, so let's watch how that works. Jesse blank a motorbike. Is this right now? Well, yes, but in this case, it's going to be the non-action meaning of have, possession. Jesse possesses or has a motorbike. Simple present tense. In number 2, I blank fun at this party. When I see this party, I know it's happening right now. When we're talking about having fun, this is the action meaning. Having is experiencing something. So I'm going to use the present progressive. I am having fun at this party. In number 3, I see on Wednesdays. I know on Wednesdays means something is a habit, so I'll use the simple present tense. We have yoga on Wednesdays. He always blank fun at parties. I see the word always, and now I know this is a habit. A habit is going to be simple present. He has fun. And finally, number 5. They blank trouble with the homework now. HW means homework, and now means something's happening right now. Well, when you're talking about having trouble with something, that is the experience meaning of have, just like having fun. You can also say having trouble. So I will say, they are having trouble with the homework now. Talk is an easier verb because this is an action verb, so I don't have to worry about the non-action meanings. Jan is talking about her kids. It's right now, so I'm using the present progressive. She always, that's a habit. She always talks about her kids. Now, okay, now we're talking about now. They are talking to Katie. Present progressive. We often, again, habit, talk. And for our last example, the verb want. Now, Chris blank a new phone. The verb want is non-action. So even though it says now, I can't use ing. I have to use the simple present. Now Chris wants a new phone. I want a new phone too. We want phones with good cameras. She always wants the latest technology. Since want is a non-action verb, my only choice is going to be the simple present tense. Oh, one more. The verb think. With the verb think, we have 2 choices. We can use the simple present or present progressive depending on the meaning. Is it the action meaning or non-action? John and Jill blank I am wrong. Well, this is the non-action, like believe, right? So John and Jill believe I am wrong, or they think I am wrong. That's the non-action meaning, so I'll use the simple present. Now Meg blank the same thing. Could I say believe? Now Meg believes the same thing? Yeah, okay. So that shows me it's the non-action think. Meg thinks the same thing. In number 3, I blank about my choices right now. This is happening right now, and I think this is the meaning of using my brain. So that is action. I am thinking about my choices right now. I'm using my brain. And then she blank too much. Her head hurts. So this is right now because her head hurts, right? So I think she's using her brain too much. She is thinking too much. So that brings us to the end of our comparison of these 2 verb tenses, the simple present and the present progressive. Feel free to watch over and over because there is a lot of detail to remember. And then you'll be ready to practice.